Yeah, what is good, everybody? Gun Hill Bane in the building. It's been a very long couple of months. I've been doing various projects, so I have been away from YouTube for a while. And it's amazing. Everything that has happened in professional wrestling up to this point, I haven't even bothered to even mention it or even talk about it, you know? Even when Malachi Black came to AEW, I didn't talk about it. Even when Switchblade Jay White came into Impact Wrestling, I didn't talk about it either. Even when the signings of CM Punk and Daniel Bryan were all but confirmed by AEW, and they're gonna make their appearance very soon, I didn't talk about it. I just stayed the hell away and let the dirt sheets and let the other guys, talk their news and say what they wanted to say, and that was going to be the end of it. I wasn't going to be back doing this video again, and I'm sorry if all my 16 fans were wondering where I was. I just stopped making content completely. So that's what happened. I just stopped making content. I was moving on to better things, work and all that. But this breaking news, I cannot ignore. It's just been reported that Bray Wyatt has been released from WWE. Bray Wyatt. This man was giving nothing but his all to the company, right? His old persona of Bray Wyatt, where you had Eric Rowan and Brody Lee and Braun Strowman, that was entertaining. People were eating it up. Then he got fed to Randy Orton, destroyed his aura, hasn't come back since, and then decided to bring him back with a brand new persona, looking leaner now, Firefly, Funhouse. He comes back as the Fiend. One of the most amazing, iconic characters in WWE. At one point, many people thought that he will be the perfect replacement for The Undertaker. And if they just let him be himself and not fuck up his entire run, he would have been great. He would have been fantastic. But what did they do? What did Vincent Company do? He got fed to Goldberg. Just killed him just like that. So again, killing all his aura. Then he did a program involving Randy Orton again, but now this time with Alexa Bliss. And once again, Fiend loses to Randy Orton at WrestleMania, and everything gets shifted from the Fiend to Alexa Bliss. And now Bray Wyatt is just gone. Right? Just thrown away like a piece of trash. What am I going to say is a very unpopular opinion for a certain group of people. For months, I've been reading the comments back and forth from WWE marks, right? Fans, if you will, hyperactive fans who honestly don't know better. They're not smart. They're of the lowest IQ. They were born at a time that they think that everything is great. Even when the house is burning, it's still fine. The same WWE marks that talked about WWE's past and their iconic stars and their smoke and mirrors and their WrestleManias and how they will always be better than AEW because they're the most popular wrestling organization in the entire world, and everyone wants to be a WWE superstar. Do you understand now why AEW fans like myself do not like you WWE marks, because you just don't see it. You don't understand why we hate the product, why we hate the WWE so much. Let's throw away the fact that they don't know what to do with this character, because they're a bunch of Hollywood writing hacks, right? You know what you just did, Vince? You took food off of that man's table. Bray Wyatt has a family. Bray Wyatt has a daughter that's not even 1 year old yet. And then you just simply took money off of her mouth that she needs to eat. And these WWE marks, I hear you all the time on the comments and all the bullshit, and you talk about, well, there goes another WWE star to AEW. Yeah, oh look, another WWE star. See, AEW can't create original characters. They're gonna run out of money soon. Why are they taking all these people? They're WCW 2.0. They should be called AEW Raw. All that bullshit. Yes, you don't understand. Where was Bray Wyatt supposed to do after getting released from the very company in which they were paying him for so many years, and now just like that, you're done. And in the middle of a pandemic still, right? Do you want him to just sit down every single day of his life, not take any bookings, not do a damn thing, but just remain loyal to the cause, right? Remain loyal to the WWE. Don't go to the bad organization. Even though that this so-called bad organization has done more to improve on the lives and careers of wrestlers, indie or veteran alike, for years to come. They have become mainstream icons in their own right, and now they have more than enough money to feed themselves and their families, not only because of the matches that are being shown on TV, but do merchandise sales and endorsements, and the fact that they can go outside their supposed company and do things in order to gain more capital for them. They were allowed freedom. They were allowed opportunities for them to hone on their craft and make something out of themselves. The Miro that we have holding the TNT title right now is not the Rusev that's in WWE. I'm sorry. I mean, look what happened to Matt Hardy. Look what happened with Christian. Their lives have been changed for the better. At the very least, they are happier. Their mental well-being is better. They don't feel that they're in a condensed, choking cocoon up in Stamford, Connecticut, where they have to be surrounded by a group of stupid, nagging yes men and yes women out there who shake their heads like a bunch of sheep every time Vince McMahon regurgitates some bullshit. Look at Moxley. Look at Chris Jericho. Even FTR. And I know people will make the argument about, well, FTR hasn't been on TV for a while and blah, blah, blah. But you know what? I bet you're just still happier where they are right now than they were back in the WWE, where they were about to make them dress up in the most ridiculous costumes known to man. And now here you go again, you WWE marks. As soon as fans come back into the building, you're thinking of them as a powerhouse again. John Cena's back. The champ is here. What a distraction. Distracting you from the truth that behind all those smoke and mirrors, all the WWE is a bunch of crap. Garbage. It is an outlaw mug show. A lot of you people who don't like the violence and the craziness and the zaniness, well, you're not people. You're just regurgitated sheep. Constantly just listening to the old man from Connecticut. That's what you are. You don't appreciate the styles of wrestling. You don't appreciate where these people have to scratch and claw their way to get to any type of relevancy. No. It's not that, really. AEW fans are the most hardcore, most loyal, and most respected fans in the entire world. Because while you people loving the crap they have there in Stamford, Connecticut, all this sports entertainment nonsense, all these big pyros and the big fans and all that stuff, and here comes the head of the table. The champ is here. You love all that crap. The wrestling could be garbage, but you eat that shit up. Well, you know what? We love wrestling. AEW stands for wrestling. That's why Daniel Bryan signed with AEW, because he loves wrestling. That's why CM Punk signed with AEW, because he loves wrestling. Malachi Black, he signed with AEW because it allowed him creative freedom. It allowed him to be himself. So what isn't to say that Bray Wyatt is going to sign on with AEW as well? I mean, it is a foregone conclusion. He's like the missing piece of the puzzle, right? He will go to AEW at some point. If not, he could end up in Impact. He can end up at GCW. He can end up at MLW. He's going to get work. He's that talented. But yes, the place for him will be AEW. He can allow himself to be even far more creative than he will ever be in the WWE. And people will love him and will respect him for that. But you marks, you're just going to say that's another WWE reject. No. He wasn't a WWE reject. You rejected him. You didn't make your noise as loud as they heard. Not like Daniel Bryan. You just allowed it to happen. So don't get mad that he becomes a bigger star in a better brand. And then you have to sit there and watch another episode involving Oldberg, John Cena. At least you have the head of the table. But how much longer do you think that will last before Roman Reigns decides, or maybe Seth Rollins decides, you know what, this is getting ridiculous. Maybe I should go to AEW. Maybe I should reform the Shield. Maybe I should just go against Jon Moxley. It'll be more fun for me. Less schedule. I get paid more. I'll have a blast. I can probably fight the guys I want to fight. Nah. Roman Reigns is too much of a corporate jerk-off to make that move anyway. So. But what do I know? I'm just a stupid, dumbass fan, like what Jim Cornette says. I'm below average, you know? I have a college education, by the way, and it's not from Clown College either, my friend. I'm very highly educated. I own my own apartment in Manhattan. All right? I consider myself very highly educated. So, don't you dare tell me that AEW fans are a bunch of dumb, stupid marks, because they're not. They just love wrestling. And they're passionate about wrestling. And they embrace anyone who embraces it just as much as us. Go have fun with your jerk-off friends in Stamford, Connecticut. It's not like they have much time left anyway. Anyway, will I make any more videos from this from now on? Maybe. It's up to you guys. You let me know in the comments. Do you want to see more of this? To see this realness instead of the smoke and mirrors and all that stuff. Just me rambling for damn near 15 minutes. Let me know in the comments, and look for me and Gun Hill Bane in the building on Instagram. And until next time, goodbye.